About BG fuel treatment versus power service and house. House and power service are probably the two more common competitors that we run into. So we're going to show you today why this small bottle of BG will do just as much and more than these big bottles of house and power service. So what we have in here is we just got regular diesel fuel. Came from the same cup here. We got diesel fuel from our shop, poured it in here, and we put 5 drops of this DCA indicator in here. That indicator will indicate that there is fuel treatment present in this fuel. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put two drips or little half milliliter of treatment into each one of these containers down here. And so while I'm doing that, I'll kind of talk here about what we've got. BG, not only will we find out that it does a better concentrate level, but it will also keep injectors clean and keep the fuel system clean throughout while you're treating. So cloud point is really the test that we're working on right now, is we're going to see the cloud point of each one of these products and how much or how cold of temperatures they're good to. So we've got half a milliliter of each of those. That power service, my syringe is already hard to push through there. I can't push that syringe down because the lubricity of this, it's basically straight rubbing alcohol that's in that power service. And we'll touch on that here in a second, but that syringe is already tough to move. And this BG syringe, you can see just still moves because it's got lubricity in it. So same thing for the house. It's a little better, we can still move that, but now it's starting to get tough, but it's a little bit better, and you'll find out when we do this test what really happens. So we're going to go ahead and swirl these up. You'll see that that's actually going to turn like a purple instead of the red. That indicator's basically a blue indicator. If you get it on your hands, on my finger there, you can actually see that my finger turned a little bit of blue by having a little bit of that indicator drip on there. So it's indicating that it's got a little blue dye, and as long as it's present. So all of our fuels turned a little bit different color. So what we're going to start then is we're going to put this Tyrant A in there. That's going to put a couple drips down. That'll show you how much of this, and it'll show you the concentration of each one of these products. BG's claiming that this $5 bottle here will treat up to 40 gallons. These guys are claiming that this $8 bottle will treat 100 gallons, and this $8.99 $9 bottle of House should treat 100 gallons as well. So we're going to put that claim to test here. So we'll start with the power service here. So I'm going to go ahead and put 2 drips in there. We'll swirl that around, and you can already see it's already turning that back. With 2 drips of Tyrant A, that power service is already defeated. You're going to have to treat it well over the dosage of what they're calling for, and then that's already done. So 2 drips, we put a 3rd drip in there or whatnot, we can see, but I mean basically that's already back to just red diesel fuel at that point. So 2 drips, that's all it is. So you really got to over-treat for power service. House is a better product, right? Everybody really likes House. So let's try House. Let's put, there's 2 drips in the House. Still pretty purple there. House is pretty substantial compared to that, but let's go. There's 5 drips. House is still doing pretty good there. 5 drips in there, and it's still standing up. That's down up to 10 drops of Tyrant A. You can see that it's starting to change back now a little bit, but it's still pretty purple there. So that's 20 drops of Tyrant A. There we go. Now Now you can see that that's actually back to a regular diesel. So House is a lot better product than PowerServe there. It's 20 drops of Tyrant A to get that back to overtreat. Now we put half a milliliter of each one of them in there. So you're going to have to use a lot of power service to equal the House. So let's go ahead and get this power service out of here. Obviously nobody wants to use that. We'll put this VG back over here. And so we'll go back to this now. So we put 2 and 20 drops. So let's see what it does with VG. So there's 5 drops. Nothing happening. There's 10. Nothing happening. Now we're up to 20 drops, just like the House. Swirl it around there. VG's still got a pretty good purple color to it. Now we're up to 30 drops. Swirl it around there. Still not a lot changed. We put half a milliliter of treatment into each one of these. 2 drops, 20 drops, 30 drops, and you can see that the VG is still performing. So there's 40 drops. So that's twice as much Tyrant in here. And you can see it might be losing a little bit of its color, but it's still performing. And we got twice as much in there. So, you know, I'm up to 40 drops. $50 drops, we're still not changing, so I'm just going to squirt this bottle in there. I mean, just put a nice little squirt in there. There we go. We're starting to change it a little bit, but you can see we're still darker, and I put 2.5 times as many drops and a nice little squirt in there, and it's still not doing anything. So we'll squirt some more in there and see what we can get done here. There we go. There, we're back to diesel fuel. But you can see how that cloud point is a lot better with the BG. It's going to have to be a lot colder, and you're going to have to undertreat. And we're all guilty as if, you know, if it says how to put this much in there, we all usually add a little extra splash in there. Well, with BG, you don't need to add the extra splash. These two products you're definitely going to. This one absolutely need to. And the other part of it is like I said, is these syringes. I can barely get this one to move with House. I guarantee this BG one, or the PowerServe one, yeah, it's stuck in there. I got to do everything I can. And this one here, it'll move. This has got lubricity in it, where these two are just purely products to treat the anti-gel. So with 1 to 4 drips like this PowerServe does, that's exclusively all it does. It's just an anti-gel. There's nothing this does besides keep you from gelling up. It doesn't keep injectors clean, doesn't do anything. House does a little more. It actually will help keep injectors clean. It'll help keep some other things cleaned up in your diesel fuel system. But BG is a complete fuel system cleaner, as well as lubricant, as well as anti-gel. And this little bottle here says 40 gallons is what it'll treat. Well, you can see that that one little bottle will treat 40 gallons easily. This bottle says 100 to 80 gallons. You're going to have to use a lot more of that. So that's why these bottles are comparable side to side. Now, we sell it in bigger quantities than this. We sell it in quarts. We even sell it in a gallon jug. But this gallon jug will treat over 1,000 gallons of fuel. So BG is by far our best product. We used to use PowerServe. We've used House in the past here at our dealership. We've switched exclusively to BG. Tier 4 engines, the clearances are a lot less. We've got tighter and tighter fuel filters. The microns are getting lower and lower on our fuel filters. Tighter and tighter clearances. A little bit of an ice crystal can really cause a big trouble. So if you've got new pickups, new semis, new bobcats, new tractors, anything like that, your cloud point is a lot smaller. Make sure you're treating it with a good product.